Welcome to Extreme Playgrounds. I'm Conman, professional street basketball player and multi-Guinness World Record holder. And I'm here in London to catch up with some of the world's best urban sports stars. So we're going to start with my sport, street basketball. It's better known as streetball.
Okay, Mr. Conman in the booth right now.
Streetball started on the street basketball courts of America, where the style of the game is much more entertaining. There's less structure than a normal game of basketball, so there's not a ref there, so you can get away with maybe, some extra dribbles, some extra things that you probably wouldn't be able to do in a normal game. So it makes the game more exciting. So, for example, I can come down the basketball court, I can put the ball up my t-shirt, I can wrap around my t-shirt, I can bounce the ball off a defender's head, I can put it through defenders' legs. The guys are trying to do crazy dunks, and it kind of just makes the game much more exciting than a regular game of basketball, and that's something that I was hooked on, just watching these crazy tricks, amazing dunks, and the crowd reaction to what these guys are doing. And I just thought it was mind-blowing, watching these guys on the street courts was amazing. How I first started streetball basically was I had a ball, I was creative with the basketball, so I come up with some really cool tricks. And a lot of people sort of like, wow, check that move out. So it kind of got me hooked on developing more and more skills. And then I started naming my tricks. Like I've got a famous move called the C-mill con, and that's kind of like a big move of mine, where I spin around, I put the ball down my shorts, and I pull down the defender's shorts and have a bit of fun. So that's a really cool move. But basically, my name was getting out there, and I thought, how can I try and make my name bigger and bigger and bigger? So I got myself a camcorder, and I basically just asked anybody to come down to the courts, and I just, please film, and I managed to get some incredible footage that I made my first video, and that's how my name kind of got out there. And I remember just sort of afterwards just thinking, wow, it was amazing, people just knew who I was, and that's how I kind of started. And from there I wanted to really develop more and more tricks and become, where people would watch my videos to get ideas and moves. And something that I've been quite proud of in my career is coming up and invent new streetball moves and new tricks. How I picked up my nickname, which is the Conman. My second name's Connors, and my style of basketball is basically to embarrass and trick people on the basketball court. So, however I can embarrass and make them think the ball is somewhere where it's not. And people were saying, oh, you got conned. So the Conman kind of developed from there, and that's how I got my name. My proudest moment of my career probably is the world records that I hold. I currently hold 12. My aim is to get 25, so I'm almost sort of halfway there. And I've broken some fantastic records that I'm proud of. My favourite one, if I was to pick any, is I shoot the basketball without looking into the hoop behind, and I hold the world record for that from the free throw line, half court, and the longest in the world. It's something that I picked up when I was younger. I remember the first time I did it, and I just had a knack for it, and it just went in, and I just thought, I'll try and do that more and more. So it's something that I just had a natural knack for. Other world records that I'm proud of is spinning the basketball with my elbow for the longest time, the most amount of figure of eights with the basketball. I hold some shooting world records, and some other freestyle ones as well. So I'm on my way to 25 world records, and that'll be great if I can achieve that. The second most proudest moment of my career is becoming a sporting champion, the face of UK basketball, working with the youth to get them excited into basketball, trying to get them to pick up a basketball. And I do many talks and sort of demonstrations to try and get kids to pick up a basketball and play the game that I love. Something that's close to my heart, and if I can inspire the youth to pick up a basketball, with my tricks and skills, and get them to want to play the game, I think that's an incredible thing to be part of. So it's you know, it's a good moment in my life right there. My tip for people that want to start streetball out there is get yourself a basketball and just be around it as much as you can. You know, dribble it to school, you know, come home from school, still be dribbling, you know, walk to the shops with it, have the basketball in your hands and get a good feel for the ball. Once you get a good feel for the ball, your dribbling skills will come quicker, and just try and be creative, you know, look at some videos, watch some people playing and try and create a new style, new tricks to get yourself, you know, more known. Streetball is about having fun with the basketball. It's about using your skills, tricks and moves to entertain the crowd. My nickname's Conman, and that's because I embarrass everybody on a basketball court. I've been lucky enough to travel around the globe playing the game I love. I currently hold 12 Guinness World Records, and streetball is my game. But these guys specialize in dunking.
What's up, my name's Hang Time, and dunk is my passion. I got my nickname Hang Time because when I used to jump, a lot of people would say like, whoa, you stay in the air for a long time, like how'd you do it, blah, blah, blah. I'll just be like, that's my hang time. And I just stuck with me ever since. I first got into basketball just by watching that movie Space Jam, man. I used to watch it like as a kid. I used to rewind the style all the time, keep rewinding the Jordan dunks. I was like, man, I need to be able to fly like that, man. I want to know how that feels. So, you know, that's how I got in, you know, it never left me ever since then. I first started dunking when I was like 14. It was just a basic little one hand, 1 foot dunk. But then I actually had an injury. I sprained my ankle, so I couldn't jump off 1 foot no more. I started going up off 2 feet, and I realized that was my strength. I was actually a 2 foot jumper because I was getting a lot higher than I'd get off of 1 foot. So that just stuck with me. What I'm known for, my special dunk, is like just going in the lane and just going up over people, you know? I can do a lot of trick dunks, but definitely my special one is when someone's not expecting me to go up over them because I'm short, and then in the lane and I just catch them slipping, go up over them, and that's my dunk, man.
My name's Takeoff and I'm a professional freestyle dunker. I went to some streetball events with Conman and he started calling me Takeoff because I could take off from anywhere in the paint and dunk it. And then at future events, people, the crowd and everyone started calling me Takeoff, so it's kind of stuck from there. I first started playing basketball when I was watching the NBA, some of the best players in the world. And some of the best street players in SPX putting down some crazy dunks, and that just got me hooked from there. When I first started, I could barely put down a dunk. I started with tennis balls, anything I could try and dunk. Eventually I put one down, and I just kept moving up from there. The most difficult dunk I could do would be the behind the back dunk, which involves jumping, putting the ball round your back in the air, and then dunking it, which is one of the most difficult dunks out there.
I'm going to show you guys at home how to spin a basketball on your finger. So, first thing to do, I'm right-handed, so the ball goes in my right hand. You rotate the basketball left and right. You need a solid finger. Really, really tense that finger up. And as long as this finger's solid, the basketball will spin. Now, if the basketball is not spinning perfect, it won't spin. Okay, so your finger has to be solid, the ball has to be spinning perfectly to the side, and it will spin on the finger. Okay, so just lots and lots of practice, and that's how you do it. Now, when you get good, okay, it's on the finger, you can go to the second finger, you can go onto the knuckle, and you can really mix it up. This is called around the world. And when you get good, you can even do things like spin it on your head. So, that's my tutorial for the day. Next up, I'm meeting professional football freestyler who currently holds 8 Guinness World Records. He's called Ash Randall.
My name's Ash Randall and I'm a professional football freestyler. I got into football freestyle after I seen a TV commercial of some footballers doing football tricks. When I was about 16 years old, I loved it, so I picked up a ball, went out the back garden, started practicing, and done about 4, 5, 6 hours a day. I just loved it and kept at it. The first trick I learned was to catch the ball on the back of my neck. Well, I actually had to put it there first and just get it in the right place, and then I could start throwing it up to my neck and catching it there. And once I started getting it, I get really excited all the time. I should call my mum, call my dad, phone up my nan, tell them all I could pull off the trick. And it just practice, and kept improving it and learning new tricks and skills. I was practicing in the car park one day, just some freestyle tricks with a friend, and some youth workers were walking around just doing their job, and they come across us doing some tricks, and they said there's a local festival going on next week, do we want to come and do a show? So I was like, what do you mean do a show? Like, I just loved it as a hobby, practicing in the car park, at the garden. But we went up, did a little freestyle show, people enjoyed watching it, and then from there I thought, wow, I can actually do this for a job. And to top it off, I got paid in £20 sports vouchers as well. I carried on practicing my football skills, and eventually people started to recognise me locally for doing the football freestyle. I built up a lot of contacts, and people would come to me to book me for events, and I go along and do shows for them. And over the years I've become a professional, and I've been lucky enough to perform and travel all around the world doing what I love. I got to a point where I wanted to set myself a new challenge, and I was a big fan of Guinness World Records, so I looked at some football freestyle records, found one that I thought I could break, which was the most sole juggles in 60 seconds, balancing the football off the sole of your feet. And I trained super hard to try and beat some guy's record, which was about 186 in a minute, and I managed to get 220. And that record still stands today, one I'm really proud of, and I've actually gone on to break another 7. And I'm going to just keep pushing myself and just see how far I can get. For someone starting football freestyle, what I'd say is to pick up your ball, any spare time, get out, start practicing, put in the hours of time, the dedication, and the main thing is just to enjoy it.
Oh, check the skills. AR?
Conman, how's it going?
Yeah, great. Nice to meet you, man. So, how long have you been a professional now?
I've been a pro about 7 years now.
7 years, it's incredible. Okay, so is there something then, as you're an elite pro and I'm a very basic beginner,
Is this something that you can maybe sort of teach me?
Yeah, there's a few basic moves we'll try out. I know you're good with the basketball with your hands, but we've got to go to the feet now. So what we're going to do is start with one foot on the ball.
Left or right? Left or right?
Any foot you want, left feet, just like that.
Okay.
Same one as me, so you're going to roll it back to your knee.
Okay.
Then switch knees.
Yeah.
And then on your left foot, you're going to spin around on your toe.
Like that?
Back to your first knee.
Okay.
There we go. So that's the first one, so you can see how quick you can do it. So you can roll it back, 1, 2, spin.
1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Okay.
Bit of still, but you can get it quicker than what you practice. Now the second trick is a flicker.
Okay.
So you're going to put the football in between your ankles. You're going to hold your arms out straight.
Yeah.
You're going to bend your knees, jump up and catch the ball, and that's what the rocket launcher.
The rocket launcher.
So that's
okay,
that.
cool.
Next one.
Right.
Into your knees. So you're going to hold your arms out straight.
Okay, my arms out straight.
Just going to drop the ball, let the ball bounce.
Yeah.
Into your knees.
So, like that?
Just let it drop into your knees.
Excellent.
And from your knees, we're going to try and catch it back into our ankle. So we can open one leg and close it, and keep practicing that little routine.
Okay, that's not too bad.
So that's a few of the basics. So
Right.
if you want to learn something, try something a bit tougher.
Yeah, let's do it. Something a bit tougher.
What about, we've got the around the wall trick.
Right. Okay, yeah, no,
which is quite a famous move, so I'm going to give you a few tips on how to do that.
Right.
So what you're going to do, you're going to put the ball on your foot, if you can hold it there.
I'm a basketball guy, that's my excuse.
So what you're going to do, if you can hold the ball, you can use your finger to hold it if it helps.
Okay, I kind of got it. No, I haven't.
You haven't got it, you can hold it with your finger if you want.
Okay.
It's a good little tip. So what you're going to do, you're going to go up,
Yeah.
down, and then you kind of roll the ball sideways and go around. So it goes up, down, and around. Not bad for the first try.
Try again?
Try again.
So up, down.
Up, down, and then around.
I got no chance in the world of doing that.
Speedy.
Okay, well thank you very much for teaching me a few skills.
No worries.
I'm definitely not going to take it up anytime soon. I'm going to leave it to the professionals. So over to you, AR.
Is that a bit much?
So we've come to the end of the show. I've managed to introduce you to my world of street basketball. You even got to see some high-flying dunks from takeoff and hang time. I met up with multi-Guinness World Record holder, AR, who holds 8 world records at a number of football tricks. I even tried my hand at learning a few. I've been Tom Conman Connors, and you've been watching Extreme Playgrounds.
So coming up on the next show, I meet 2 incredible street dancers. I meet an amazing break dancer, and I get to learn some serious sounds with 2 of the world's best beatboxers. Make sure you stay tuned.